Welcome to the very first episode of the A&A Podcast by Magnitudeminds. I'm Alex, your host, and with me is Ada, our AI research expert. Every week, we'll be exploring the latest news and developments in AI agents. At Magnitudeminds, we focus on empowering small and medium-sized businesses with AI-powered solutions. This podcast is part of Magnitudeminds' efforts to advance understanding and knowledge of agents to the broader community. We are also working on a nonprofit community platform for professionals to successfully navigate their career and be educated and informed in the age of AI. However, more on that soon. Our goal for this first episode is to give you a core understanding of AI agents. Ada, why don't you tell us more on that?
Sure, Alex. Great introduction. So what are AI agents? Imagine an AI that doesn't just answer your questions, but proactively takes action, learns from its mistakes, and even collaborates with other AIs to achieve complex goals. That's the promise of AI agents, and they're rapidly reshaping how we think about automation and intelligent systems.
So, we're talking about AI that doesn't just react, but actually acts on its own. What exactly is an AI agent then? And how is it different from a regular chatbot or a simple assistant we might already use?
Think of an AI agent as a smart software system to understand its surroundings, make decisions, and then take steps independently to reach specific goals. Unlike those simpler chatbots that just follow rules or respond to prompts, agents can reason, plan, and remember things over time.
So, it's not just following a script. It's more like it has its own mini brain to figure things out. That sounds like a big step up. What are some of the core ideas that make these agents work?
One core idea is autonomy. An agent can act on its own without constant human checking. For example, a bookkeeping agent might notice missing invoice data and automatically ask for it. Another key concept is goal-oriented behavior. Agents are always focused on an objective and evaluate their actions based on how well they're moving towards that goal.
So, they're self-starters with a clear mission. That makes sense. But how do they know what's going on around them, and how do they keep track of what they've done?
That brings us to perception and memory. Agents gather data from their environment to understand changes and update their internal view of the world. Think of a cybersecurity agent collecting data from various sources to stay updated on security incidents. And with memory, they can hold on to information and context across many interactions, learning from past experiences to improve how they perform over time.
So, they're constantly observing and remembering, building up a kind of experience. That sounds incredibly powerful, especially when you combine it with the ability to think and use tools.
Absolutely. Reasoning and planning are crucial. Modern large language models are at their core. They allow agents to break down big goals into smaller tasks, prioritize actions, and adjust their plans in real time. And then there's tool use. Agents can access and use external tools like other software or databases to perform complex actions, fetch up-to-date information, or even control other systems.
That's the aha moment for many, realizing AI agents aren't just better chatbots. It's like giving your software a set of hands and a brain, but with great power often comes, limitations. What are some of the inherent system-level weaknesses of these AI agents?
You're right, Alex. While their capabilities are impressive, there are inherent limitations. One significant challenge is that because they often rely on large language models, agents can sometimes hallucinate or generate incorrect information. This can lead to them taking wrong actions or giving misleading outputs.
So, they can sometimes make things up, which could be a problem if they're acting autonomously. What about their reliability in the real world?
Ensuring consistent and reliable performance across many real-world situations is still a hurdle. Agents can struggle with unusual situations, unclear instructions, or sudden changes in their environment, which can lead to them failing or not performing as well as expected. Also, the complex, iterative nature of their thinking often means many calls to an underlying AI model, which can increase computational costs and slow things down.
What about some specific real-world scenarios where agents might struggle?
They often perform poorly when given vague or poorly defined goals, as they lack human intuition to interpret what you really mean. Also, in environments that change very quickly and unpredictably, agents can struggle to update their internal understanding and plans fast enough, leading to outdated actions.
That makes sense. It sounds like they need clear instructions and a somewhat stable environment to truly shine. But when they do shine, what are some real-world applications?
In customer support, for example, AI agents in contact centers can handle many customer questions on their own. They ask clarifying questions, search internal knowledge bases for answers, and provide solutions. They only escalate to a human agent when a query is truly complex, which helps human staff focus on more difficult issues.
So, They're taking the routine tasks off human plates, making customer service faster and more consistent. That's a clear benefit. What about an example where they're interacting with the physical world?
Absolutely. In logistics and supply chain optimization, AI agents are used to dynamically optimize delivery routes. They consider real-time traffic, weather, fuel use, and delivery deadlines, balancing all these factors to find the most efficient path. This can lead to significant cost savings and faster delivery times. Another exciting area is in autonomous systems like robotics. Google DeepMind's RoboCat, for instance, is attempting to learn new robotic skills in minutes through self-improvement, showing how agents are integrated with mechanical coordination and real-time decision-making in physical systems.
That's incredible. From optimizing routes to teaching robots new skills, it really highlights their versatility. But moving from these exciting applications to the practical side, what are some of the biggest challenges and trade-offs businesses face when trying to deploy AI agents at a larger scale?
One major challenge is integration complexity. Getting agents to work seamlessly with existing enterprise systems, databases, and older software can be incredibly difficult. Ensuring data flows correctly and securely across all these different systems is a significant hurdle.
So, it's not just about building the agent, but making sure it plays nicely with everything else already in place. That sounds like a big engineering effort. What about the human side of things?
On the human side, trust and acceptance are crucial. Employees and customers might be hesitant to rely on autonomous AI agents, especially for important tasks. Building confidence requires demonstrating how reliable the agents are, being transparent about how they work, and making sure there are clear ways for humans to oversee them.
That's a key point. People need to feel comfortable with these systems. This brings us to the conversation about hype versus reality. There's a lot of buzz around AI agents. What's the difference between what's genuinely possible today and what might still be more speculative?
That's a great question, Alex, and it's where contrasting perspectives are important. There's been some market hype suggesting agents are capable of solving any problem with minimal human input, almost like a universal problem solver. This often overstates current capabilities.
So, the idea of an AI agent just taking over everything effortlessly is a bit ahead of where we are. What are the verified, real-world capabilities we can count on today?
In reality, AI agents are still being fine-tuned and experimented with to be highly effective at executing well-defined, multi-step tasks within specific areas, especially when they have the right tools and clear objectives. AI agents have the potential of providing powerful decision support for human operators and adaptively using external tools to extend their reach. Frameworks like Microsoft's AutoGen have even shown how specialized agents can collaborate to solve complex problems. However, in practice, AI agents still require a lot of human supervision and decision-making to be effective.
So, they're powerful, specialized tools for specific jobs, not a magic wand for everything. That distinction is really important for businesses. Given all these insights, what are some of the most important practical takeaways for businesses looking to use AI agents effectively?
A key lesson is to define clear, specific goals. The most successful deployments start with precise tasks where automation can bring tangible benefits, rather than vague, broad objectives. For example, focusing on optimizing logistics routes rather than just improving efficiency.
So, start small and focused. That makes a lot of sense for managing complexity. What's another important takeaway for businesses?
Another crucial insight is to prioritize human oversight. For critical applications, designing agents with robust human-in-the-loop mechanisms, where agents propose actions for human approval or escalate complex cases, helps manage risks and builds trust. It's about collaboration, not full replacement.
That's a powerful message. Clear goals and human collaboration. It sounds like AI agents are incredibly capable when applied thoughtfully, with a clear understanding of their strengths and limitations. They're not just a technological advancement, they're changing how we approach problem solving and automation. To learn more about how AI agents can benefit your business, contact us at magnitudeminds.com and keep an eye on our social channels for updates on our community initiatives. Do you have a question, challenge, or maybe a story about AI in your business? Share it with us and let us know what you'd like us to explore in future episodes. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.